This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Ghemire with the news. The headlines first. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda says attempts of regressive forces to attack Republic will never be successful. President calls on construction companies to adopt special alertness for combating growing natural disasters. Qatar State Minister for Foreign Affairs arriving in Nepal today. And Israel and Hamas agreed to pause fighting for release of 50 hostages. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda has said the attempts of regressive forces to attack the Republic will never be successful. During a program organized by the Nepal Sambat Main Celebration Committee yesterday, the Prime Minister said the current system was brought from people's long struggle and no one should follow baseless remarks against the system. He added that due to the current system, common people were taking charge of supreme post of the state. He also stressed that the people's representatives should work more responsibly, becoming accountable to the people. Regarding the Nepal Sambat, the Prime Minister said it was linked to social justice and national pride, and the role of Newar community was important for officially documenting it. On the occasion, the Nepal Sambat Celebration Committee honored Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda for taking the historic decision to mention Nepal Sambat calendar in all government documents. President Ramchandra Paudel and Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda discussed the contemporary matters yesterday. According to the President's press advisor Kiran Pokhrel, President Paudel drew the attention of the government towards expediting the relief distribution for the Jajarkot earthquake victims. The meeting was held at the office of the President in Sital Niwas. President Ramchandra Paudel has said the construction entrepreneurs have a significant role in economic vibrancy. Addressing the 46th Convention of International Federation of Asia and Western Pacific Contractors Association in Kathmandu yesterday, the President said the construction companies should adopt special alertness for combating the growing natural disasters due to the climate change. He also called for raising the climate change agenda with priority, stressing on building nature-friendly and sustainable infrastructures. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda has said the Home Ministry has taken worthwhile initiatives in favor of social justice, good governance and prosperity. During a meeting with members and coordinators of the committees and subcommittees formed to submit suggestions on the policy reform of the Home Administration, the Prime Minister said he expected suggestions pointing out the need and priorities of reforms in the administration and security. The west face of the main building of Singh Durbar, which was damaged by the 2015 earthquake, has been rebuilt. With the completion of the rebuilding work, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda officially moved to his new office yesterday. On the occasion, the Prime Minister said the relocation symbolized not just a change in location, but also his resolution to move ahead innovatively. The 120-year-old structure was reconstructed while preserving its original architecture. He also thanked the Urban Development Ministry and the team involved in the rebuilding process. According to Urban Development Minister Sita Gurung, the project to retrofit the office of the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers had been completed. The State Minister for Foreign Affairs of Qatar, Sultan bin Saad Al Muraikhi, is arriving to Kathmandu today for a 2-day official visit to Nepal. The visit, which underscores the growing ties between Nepal and Qatar, will see Al Muraikhi engage in high-level talks with key Nepali officials. On his itinerary is a meeting with Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda and Foreign Minister N.P. South as confirmed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In addition to these meetings, Al Muraikhi is also scheduled for a bilateral discussion with Foreign Secretary Bharat Raj Paudel. The Qatari State Minister's visit will conclude tomorrow. Traffic police have urged the general public in Kathmandu Valley not to use public vehicles and other private vehicles except for essential works today. Kathmandu Valley Traffic Police Office made this call, citing the possibility of difficulties in vehicular movement as different groups are scheduled to organize rallies and demonstrate at different places in Valley on Thursday. It has also requested to inquire about the situation of the road by making a call at 100-100 or 103-103 or listening to Traffic FM 95.5 MHz before going out. The traffic police has asked all those driving in the valley today for their necessary support as they may be asked to change their vehicle route from any place for the safety of drivers and passengers. An earthquake of magnitude 4.5 was recorded with its epicenter at Chitlang of Makwanpur at 1:19 a.m. today. Though the earthquake was not very significant in magnitude, the near proximity of the epicenter caused the people in and around Kathmandu Valley to wake up from their sleep. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. Now on to some international updates. Israel and Hamas have agreed a deal to release 50 hostages being held in Gaza during a 4-day pause in fighting. As per the truce agreement, Hamas has agreed to release 50 civilian women and children out of the 237 captives abducted since October 7. Likewise, Israel has agreed to release 150 Palestinian women and children from its prisons. According to the Al Jazeera, Israel said it was willing to extend the pause beyond the 4-day period, adding a day for every 10 additional hostages released by Hamas. Qatar says that the deal will allow an increase in the flow of humanitarian aid in Gaza. Israel's government has insisted that this is not the end of war, reiterating its commitment to complete the elimination of Hamas. Now, the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division. The weather will be partly cloudy in hilly areas of Kosi Province, Bagmati Province, Gandaki Province, and Lumbini Province, and the weather will be mainly fair in the rest of the country. With this, we have almost come to the end of this news bulletin, but before wrapping up, let's have a reminder of the headlines once again. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dal Prachanda says attempts of regressive forces to attack Republic will never be successful. President calls on construction companies to adopt special alertness for combating growing natural disasters. Qatar State Minister for Foreign Affairs arriving in Nepal today, and Israel and Hamas agreed to pause fighting for release of 50 hostages. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website, www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.